Three, two, one.
It's Monday, and you're listening to the Royal Couch Unplugged, where we share raw opinions on the latest topics, report the latest tea around town, and interview some of the dopest names in the industry. I'm your host, King. With me, I got the wild and hilarious, my good friend, Extra.
Yeah.
Together, we are here to end your morning right, only on Hits 92.3. It's Monday.
It is Monday, friend. It is.
It is, friend. How are you?
I am good. I'm good today. I'm real good today.
You good today?
I am. I'm better. I'm best spirits this week. It's been a week since everything crazy.
It's been a week.
It has for you.
Well, for you.
Oh, it has. It's like yeah. No.
How are you? Like for real, how are you?
I'm okay. I've been just been dead, been sleeping a lot or whatever, and collecting thoughts and trying to be there for my friends, and they've been there for me, kind of thing. So
So you're doing good. You're doing okay. Since I know you was a little overwhelmed, which rightfully so. How has it been sleeping in your house since the incident?
Sleeping. It's not that bad, I guess. I cut lights on. Yeah, but see, I already have like little night lights, upstairs and stuff anyway. So and Justin's there, but yeah. So when I come downstairs, I do cut like the foyer light on, and then I have a light in the living room. I don't cut all lights on, but I cut lights on a little bit because they did cut the patch off from the floor though, but the carpet's still down. But you can't see.
Okay, you can't see.
Yeah, can't see. You wouldn't know if nothing happened if you didn't know something happened. You just kind of thing. They're changing it out.
We still got to make this a movie or something before somebody else does. Yeah. That is, my mind is still blown to like I don't think people grasp that not only did the cops kill someone in your house, but it was the mass murder the Atlanta mass murder that everyone was looking for. If that's not like a Lifetime movie, like that is the craziest thing.
Okay, I want to
in your house. I just couldn't imagine.
I know they had my house number out on the news too. Like they already got the street.
Yeah, they got everything. You can see everything.
Like I know the 60s know where I stay, but damn, I mean, they didn't do the block and the number at the same time. But if you're a smart hoe, which these sissies are, especially with technology today, you know what I mean. You could put it together. And then like almost everybody in my house anyway. But at the same time, that's
this is Andre Longmore. What's his name?
Andre.
I don't know.
That's the first name. I didn't know till after. I didn't know nothing about it till.
I know you're talking about the Zodiac Killer or something like that.
Stop it. Weekend Killer. I don't know.
I don't know, like the mass murder, the Atlanta mass murder is what it was.
He was shooting white people.
Killing everybody.
I don't know.
So, outside of that, how was your weekend, friend?
Besides that, weekend was cool. I just kind of chill, lay low, argue with some people, different people. Y'all know everybody. It was just that one person. I didn't really argue. We just had a little debate, but it was chill. I went out with Black, because he MCs on Fridays and Sundays and stuff. So I went out with him.
I like Black. Black is cool.
He is. He might be here later today. But other than that, I didn't really do too much. Yeah, for real.
I didn't do too much either. I was working. I got I'm at the restaurant ATL, whatever case may be. But yeah, I was working. What did happen? I feel like it's like I got like a memory lapse of the last couple of days. Like, what's going on? No, but nothing really like drastic or major. You know what I mean? Happened. Although our lives are major every day. I do want to take a time to make mention of Hot Boys, the West Coast Hot Boys, which I will be executive producing. Is out in Cali. Guys, we are kind of in the next within the next month, we'll be wrapping up auditions. So continue to send in your audition tapes. I got a shit ton. Like, I got so many audition tapes I got to go through. I've been going through them. I'm going to go through them. But friend, I'm gonna, we probably go have a little watch party at the house and put it on TV and we'll go through them and we can go pick some cast members out because I really want some dope cast members. We got some other influencers, from the Bobby I Love You Per show. Applying. We got some people from Bad Boys applying. We got some people out here applying. So it's going to be dope. Let's see how that happens. So, guys, make sure you hit me up if you want to know the details, or you can go on my Instagram page and go check out the West Coast Hot Boys flyer. It is a show based out in Cali that we're going to be doing, and it's dope. And guys, it's not Bad Boys where you have to come and fight. I'm tired of the toxic stuff. What it is are you winning in your city? Are you really that hot boy? Are you, when you walk in the door, are you turning heads? Are you really making business moves out here? Are you really doing stuff? Because our show is not going to just be being in a house and you just talking to each other fighting. Like, it's going to be a show that produces content and real content, productive content. We're going to show us working. We're going to show us winning. We're going to show us in the life of a hot boy, It's going to be a lot different from what you see on TV today. We're going to take a lot of that toxic behavior and we're going to turn it positive. Yes, of course, when you bring a lot of people in a room, there's going to be some type of hostility. There's going to be some type of drama. But with this show, I want it to be authentic. So if no drama happens, that's great. But if drama does happen, I want it to be authentic drama. Stuff that we actually go through out in this real world and not made up, who you sleeping with and who you did and who got the nicest clothes or who got the biggest car or the biggest house or the nicest car. Like, it's not going to be about that. It's going to be about really getting to the quote unquote what all these girls today love to say, a bag. Okay. That is so real. I'm so sick of it. But yeah, so I wanted to check that out. I also wanted to make mention of my new podcast coming out, the Look Over There podcast, featuring me and T, the bartender, giving you our day-to-day, everyday life. We feel like the world just needs to know what we do, because when I tell you we just laugh all day long, sending each other memes, sending each other, just random things, She'll see something, record it, and send it to me. I'll see something, I'm not gonna lie, we people watch like crazy, we talk about people, and I just want the world to endure what we go through, because when I tell you we just laugh and laugh and laugh, and the key to the joy of life is laughing. If you want to know how to get happy, right? If you want to know what it is to feel joy, laugh.
That's what they say. It's
That's
a good workout, too. I
laugh. If you smile, like, smiling is a real thing. Laughing is a real, like, we think it's so cliche because we're just so in this, in reality, living world. But laughing and smiling does the world justice. And hugs. Hugs as well. People don't realize, I don't care how independent we all need somebody. We're made to have, we're made to interact. We're made to have, skin to skin contact. We're made to be affectionate. That we're made to do that with each other. So when we don't, that's when depression forms and stuff like that. So just a little message for the week. If you can, smile and laugh at least once a day.
I hate all that sissy shit.
At least once a day. And if you can, hug somebody.
All that sissy shit.
Okay? Make sure you go hug somebody. I don't care if it's your damn dog.
They're trying to hug me all the time. I like kids or dogs, really. So I don't know why he got a dog, but
So yeah, we're gonna go to a quick break real quick, and we're gonna come back with hot topics. I'm gonna talk about something really quickly, and then we'll go into the extra report soon after that. Right now, I got my favorite artist about to come up. Her name is Devier. She has a song called "Wake You Up."
I love it.
It is a summer song. It is a sexy song. She's a sexy artist.
She's
beautiful. She is beautiful. She knows how to rock a bald head. Let me tell you. And when you have the face, when your face is facing, you can do whatever you want to your head. So, guys, make sure y'all go and follow Davia. Make sure y'all go stream all her music. She has a album out called Black Bitch Rolling right now on all streaming platforms. It is amazing. And this is my jam. Make sure you listen up.
I lie awake as you sleep the night away. I think we went too hard during the day. I wonder where your dreams would take you, and if I could meet you in that place. But I can't lie still. I tried to call it, but it just don't give. And your nature speaking in my ear. Yeah, I know it's selfish, but sleep is no longer welcome here. I'll wake you up with my lips, no words, my skin, your curves, my love. Just to become one with my lips, no words, my skin, your curves, my love. I'll wake you up in my bed. It's like the radio was trying to find our rhythm, but the 808s, they don't seem to compare to the way your body's pounding in my system. While the night is turning over to the day, we're so deep inside our love, can't tell the difference. That's it, with you around my fingertips. It's the type of thirst that only hips can quench. I'll wake you up with my lips, your words, my skin, your curves, my love. Just to become one with my lips, your words, my skin, your curves, my love. I'll wake you up in my bed. I'm keeping you up in my bed.
Unplugged, only on Hits 92.3. Period. So guys, I want to talk about something. You know, we are a couple sisters here. So I did want to bring up something this week that was went viral. Off of something. So I'm gonna play the first clip, right? And then I want to talk about that, and then I'm gonna play the response that a very famous influencer responded to. So to give you a little bit backstory, there's a trans woman that went viral for speaking on something as far as women owning do women are the women the gatekeepers of a period or stuff like that, whatever case it be. So then Jess Hilarious had a response to that, right? So let's play that first real quickly.
This is what I mean when the transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods, you don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person, but as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like, hello?
Let's talk about that real quick, because that was very... There's a lot to unfold there, right? Because I don't agree, but I understand. Let me explain. Now, I don't know the context of where she was going with it, but what I took from that, right? Because that's just a clip. Clearly, it was longer, and that's always what goes viral. It's just the clip part, so you don't hear the before or the after. Because she could have cleared herself up, right? She could have been talking about somebody else saying something. Oh, I met somebody that said blah 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 blah. So whatever. But this is what went viral, right? So this is what we're gonna go off of. Are women the gatekeepers of, I guess, womanhood or periods? I would say I disagree, because I would say yes, right? Because they're the ones who are having this, are experiencing this, right? Now
you're talking about the monthly thing, right?
Yeah, the period.
Oh, okay. Period. not the sissy one.
Not the sissy one.
The flow. Glad I'm not a woman. I could never.
So now, if this is where she was going with it, I understand, because there are trans men out there who have periods, who go through a menstrual cycle. So, in an aspect of, are women the gatekeepers? If you're saying, okay, are they the only ones experiencing it? Like, can they just own it? Maybe not. But I disagree, because I feel like, I don't know. It's just a hard discussion.
That is a really hard discussion. You don't think so? I think it's a hard discussion, because if you, the whole trends and all these, it's so confusing to me, because I don't know what to say. I'm speechless, to be honest. I'm not speechless, but it's like, yeah, that's a lot, because like if you're doing
you're gonna talking to Mike.
Let me feed off what you got to say, because I don't know what to say, because I know lots of trans people.
In this day and age, they try to make everything.
Okay, like you haven't been here before. Stop playing me.
In this day and age, they try to make everything. First of all, I don't even like the fact that they call women that was born women cis women.
That's what she said.
Well, they all do that. They all punks do or whatever other trans girls do.
We didn't coin that. We coined the term, but that's a scientific term. Like that's not something that we developed and said, hey, we're gonna put out to the world, and then the world just take it. Like that's in the books. Like that has nothing to do with like a cisgender woman and a cisgender man. We're both considered cis. Like cis is not just pertaining to women.
It's sugar in the tank.
It means that you're biologically a man or a woman. So you could be a cisgender man or a cisgender woman. But what is the problem with us using and identifying what people identify with? Because I'm okay and I'm able to walk this earth because I am a proud gay, But I have that title, and I've always had that title, so I've always been made to be comfortable within that title. You feel me? So why can't someone else feel comfortable in their livelihood to feel like they're also seen? Because although we walk around talking about, it doesn't matter if people, yes, it does matter to be seen. It does matter to be heard. No one wants to walk around as invisible. That sucks. to not be seen or heard. And it's not to physically, oh, I see you. It's to be seen, meaning is my rights, does my rights matter? Do what I feel matter? Because what you feel matters.
That's true. And I'm going to say this. I don't want to come off as transphobic because I'm not transphobic. But as a trans woman, you would never understand what it feels, no matter how many surgeries you have.
No,
no matter how many hormones you have.
They're not trying to.
The period.
All they're doing is trying to exist. That's it. Now you cannot exist without breaking our periods because you would never have a period. No, it's not. But again, they're not.
I don't know.
What one person says doesn't dictate the community.
But this ain't the same. The same conversation they had.
I know trans women. A lot of times, some of the closest people to my life are trans women. I've never heard them discuss about a period or caring about a period or wanting a period. Just like the gay agenda. Are we walking around trying to get all kids to fucking that? But that's what they're saying about gays. That we're out here trying to get kids to be gay. I'm not out here trying to get a kid to be gay. What that white gay person is doing out there, what the media is doing out there, it's not what I'm doing as a gay man. So we can't, as gays, can't go fall into the propaganda of the media and showing of what this, because that's not what's happening. Trans women are not out here trying to discredit or take over the women gene or the women experience. All they're saying is, hey, this is how I feel. Allow me to feel this way and walk amongst you women. Because I honestly idolize. I've talked to trans, so they're like, I respect and I'm inspired by a woman.
Some of my good friends.
I understand that, but at the same time, certain things.
It's not a but though. Why should it be a but? There shouldn't be a but. It should be what it is. Because
I'm just saying, certain things you would not accept me for me. Saying that you want to be a woman and that you are a woman, I respect that 100%. But certain things that a woman that was born a woman, you would never have that experience.
And that's fine. And that's fine. And there's women out here, there's biological women out here that would never experience what other women experience. There's women out here that can't bear kids. So what to say? What is there? There's anomalies out here that says different from everybody because everybody's biological biological is different. Everyone is different inside. So to classify being a woman and a man and the things that come with that is social, right? We put a social construct on what a woman behavior is, on a man behavior. That's why we have, sissy behavior and masculine behavior and feminine behavior and masculine behavior and all these different things. That's why we could categorize it because there's different feelings, there's different moods. But you know what? Most women are feminine and most men are masculine. So when you get a feminine man, you're automatically gay. When you get a masculine woman, you're automatically a lesbian. No, but that's not the case all the time. That's not the case. And again, because I walk around and identify as a woman, don't mean you as a biological woman should be intimidated by what I feel like inside. Because all I want to be is
take that man. That's why the intimidation
comes from. Who is transgender can intimidate you as a natural woman. Baby, you got to step your pussy up. That ain't her fault. Step your pussy up.
Well, some people you don't know. You would never really tell. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, I feel like it's more of that. I don't feel like
anybody intimidate you.
I got a comment. Chef Outspoken says she understood too. She's a cis woman. It doesn't bother her. All women have a different experience all women have different experiences as women. I love all people. So a period isn't all that it is to be a woman. People need to respect everyone. I love my trans sisters and respect them.
Well, I like her.
Okay. This is coming from a biological woman. Right. If she don't mind speaking, because we have a biological woman in the house. If you don't mind speaking, Kaz. give me your take on particularly what the video says as far as, you know, women being the gatekeepers of a period, and then going into how you feel about what society says about trans women, you know, kind of overtaking, you know, womanhood and things like that.
Let the sushi speak.
I kind of agree with both of y'all. So I was like, yeah. But when you did say about certain women not being able to have kids, I'm like, oh yeah, because all women aren't experiencing the same thing. So that opened my eyes a little bit. Right. But I do have the notion of a biological woman is not the same as a trans woman. I do feel that way. Because you can't, like he said, you can't experience and feel how we feel. Yeah. But then I don't know a trans woman's mindset of, I'm not trying to feel what y'all feel. I'm just trying to exist. Right. So I'm learning as I'm listening. But I was feeling how he was feeling. Like, y'all will never be what we are and how we feel and how we move and
vice versa. So you just we need to have a panel.
What do y'all mean gatekeeping of a period?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
I don't think about it when I see sushi. So stop saying it.
Internet is internet, and we all do things to go viral. So that could be toxic behavior, because that's why I don't agree, right? Now, that's why I said I don't agree, but I can understand. Yep. If her intentions were to being like, you know, because there's trans men out here, right? Trans men are biological women, right? So with that being said, they have periods. So
don't they do something to
I mean, you can hormones that does, but there's still a period of time. Yeah. There's still a period of time that people, you know, they still whatever. So I don't know. I don't agree, because I do think that we need to hold some type of accountability in this world, right? And our women are bearers of children, right? You know, we can't take that away from them. And although I'm sure most biological women don't want a period. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. Unless, I need it because I don't want to be pregnant.
Because you gotta, it's a natural detox. It's a natural detox for a woman. It really is. You know,
the feeling of it.
But they don't want the feeling of it. Of course not.
The moodiness. These sisters be moving all up. I can't take that away from them.
I would think to take that away from me when I'm experiencing the pain, the uncomfortableness, and then to say, "Oh, I'm not the gatekeeper." I can see a biological bitch. Fuck you,
right? Because you don't know
because I go through this every month, and it hurts.
And did you go through it one time?
We're choosing to live this life, and we have to live it.
No, it's a conversation. It's definitely a conversation to be had. So to finish it, so Jess Hilarious has something to say about it as well. And so this is what I appreciate this conversation because it was very educational, right? It wasn't petty, it wasn't toxic behavior, you know what I mean? It wasn't transphobic. We're really just having a conversation because we're trying to understand. But Jess Hilarious has something to say that wasn't maybe so kind. So check this out.
For us. Who the fuck stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. When does the delusion stop? What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. Stop talking out your fucking ass. Wake up. How are you projecting your anger on real women? Because we are the gatekeepers. We are the gatekeepers for periods. We the only one that fucking bleed, honey. We the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never. You're chasing something you'll never, ever get. You'll never be that.
Like, hello?
That's a little harsh. Fred, your face. What's your face about?
Oh my God! Now that she recognized, like, damn, girl, the sister gonna cancel her.
That was harsh.
I don't even deal with that. You know, that's not my awkward flow, girl. But now I want to say something like that. Oh, I don't know what to say.
It's funny because y'all shocked that she said something.
I'm not shocked she said it.
Always say some transphobic. She
I think one of her men and she done got it's ruder. It is, but it's something deeper than that because she has not to the sissies.
You know what?
Cis trans. So one of her men that did something. I feel cut the catch together.
Well, she's been doing this for years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
So. Do I?
No.
I thought she was a trans.
I don't want to get canceled, but do I agree? So
the way she said it.
It's the way. Yeah, it's the way she said it. It's the way she said it. It's the way she said it.
It is.
Now, do I agree? I agree with everyone standing on theirs, right? And if we're gonna have our piece out here and we're gonna fight and talk about what we talk about, then everyone needs to be able to talk about what they talk about, right? Yes. And do I validate what she feels? Yes, of course. Everyone validates how she feels.
You could do. That's what you're supposed to do. Your opinion matters. The way she did it.
It was a little.
The shot.
The message wasn't delivered because of the tonality that it was delivered in.
And you have a following, so you should. What? She don't have PR clearly.
She don't have PR because she been reckless for years.
Always been reckless.
She's always
reckless. Her style and her beauty. She has to upgrade.
I agree with you. I feel like I agree with what she said, just not so harsh. Because who is speaking up for us? Like we're kind of getting erased and everything. Because
y'all don't
say the same for blacks versus LGBT. Because people was like, you can't compare the two. But if you had to compare it to something, excuse me, when other races are like, all lives matter. That's how black women are feeling.
No, I feel you. Yeah. And when you put it in that perspective, because I understand that, right?
All women.
Because I used to always like, I understand all lives do matter. But we're not talking about you right now because you're not on the heat right now. You're not on the skillet right now. You know what I'm saying? You're not under pressure, right? You're not getting killed out here in the streets. You're not being, segregated in
black women are too still. So I understand that should be united trans women and black women too.
The point that I do want to drive here is that I feel like this whole heap on trans and gay is media based, right? It is all in our face, not because we're throwing it in your faces, right? Drag queens are not out here just throwing it in your faces
all over the place.
Media is publicizing it more to then say we're throwing it in your faces. Right? Okay. Media is publicizing bad stories just like they do if we're going to compare it to our black community, just like they do on our black community, right? There's more to our black community than gun violence and gangs and poverty, but what do they show on media? So when the rest of the world looks at us, they only see gang violence, drugs, and poverty. Because that's what they show. They don't show us thriving. We're not learning in schools about us being in the 20s when we were thriving and Black Wall Street and when they burned us down because blacks were doing amazing. You feel what I'm saying? They don't talk about that stuff. You feel me? So we don't know about it. So it's the same thing with our gays and our trans. It's in our faces. This is what's going viral. These are what's in our algorithm because it is an agenda out there. And the agenda is not to transition everybody, but it's to cause hate. It's to think that we're accepted and we're being put out here for acceptance, but it's really being thrown in people's faces so that they can hate us.
I want to say something different to that because due to the fact of no matter how we can say Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. First of all, we marched with the Black Lives Matter crew. We was there. But when it came to Black Lives Matter until they found out you was gay, or until they found out you was trans. But still, it's Black Lives Matter, all Black Lives Matter. You got so many trans women dying every fucking day in this country. More than black people are dying in this country. You don't hear shit about that. Let's be real.
No facts.
You don't hear shit about that. You have, baby, it's better to be a molester in a black family than to be a gay boy in a black family. They protect the molesters. But they outcast the gay motherfucker. Let's be real.
But you can sing in a choir, though. Right. Yeah.
Like you can put together an outfit, though.
They're grouping us together. The gay and the molesters. Now we're considered the molesters. Yes. We're considered the molesters. We're considered these people that are... What goes over our heads?
Stop that now.
What goes over our heads is such a negative narrative, right? And that's what they think they're doing. Oh, let's put the gays in the TVs, in the different shows, in the cartoons. Let's make them feel accepted, but secretly bash them at the same time. Secretly put those negative innuendos into there, so that now that we're widely accepted, we're also widely hated now. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Because we are all over the place, right? It does look like it's an agenda going on out there. It does look like we're after the kids. You know why? Because now I'm watching cartoons and they're non-binary characters on cartoon characters. There's gay and lesbian cartoon characters. I don't need that in my cartoon.
Not really, due to the fact that when I lived up north, and it was so like the up north is so different than down south. Down south, we try to hide shit. Up north, these kids are so educated. I think I was working with somebody, and he was like, "Oh, how do you?" It was always anybody asks, "How do y'all identify?" I don't want to misidentify you.
That's involved in the schooling and the upbringing.
So you have to see it to understand. Hey, Bobby don't feel the same way Sam do. You know what I'm saying? Bobby had the same boy that Sam is. Or whatever. Like, and I don't know nobody named Bobby or Sam. No shade to Bobby or Sam. But it's a conversation to be had. I don't think they need to put it in everything, especially not no goddamn cartoon. But you still gotta monitor what the hell your kids are watching. Is that something that you don't want your child to watch? They shouldn't be watching.
Well, you wouldn't know till you start watching this stuff. You wouldn't even understand, because I was just watching. I like anime, so it was adult anime, but this little cartoon a movie on Netflix, and the main character is guy was just best friends, but then they were kissing, and then talking about love, like deep love, like. I was like, oh, wow. It got me by surprise. You know, even Velma, she chocolate and she is lesbian.
Velma was hilarious.
But they both chocolate Velma.
That's the secret narrative that the government is putting in. I don't think us gays have an agenda. The government has an agenda on us gays.
That's true.
You feel me? And
and I don't mind it, but I don't like the fact that they make us all these sexual, over-sexualized people. We just going here and there. Not all of us are like,
well, we're men at the end of the day. We just open men. We got
two interviews, and I still got to do extra talk. That's a whole other conversation, because I would agree, we over-sexualize ourselves. Every time I fucking watch something, every time I see us gays, we're talking about sex, we're talking about doing sex. Every time I go to a pride, I don't only hear about fucking, I see it.
And the floor in the street at the club.
I behind trees. I see it. We over-sexualize ourselves, which I feel like I have a problem with, because I don't like that either. I don't like that either.
Well, as you look at the white gay characters, they always in this happy relationship, money. They out in
the black gays are still black.
Okay. The white gays, sorry, we didn't have all this
black gay, they're white and gay. Remember, blacks still required. We may not be black to the blacks, but we're still blacks to the whites. Okay? Let's be clear. On that note, guys, that was our Hot Topics, guys. We're going to come back on another commercial break, guys. Next up, we got the Extra Talk, where we go quickly. After that, we got two amazing interviews, guys. Y'all know her from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all love her. Y'all been waiting and wondering where she's been all season. She just had an exclusive interview with Carlos King. We're going to talk about it all. She does it all. Destiny Payton is coming to talk to us. Well, she's gonna be calling in to talk to us. That's gonna be a dope interview. We also got Mark Angel, an artist that we're gonna be listening to some of his music. But next up, we got JJ Jones with Runway 101.
Tonka featuring Tonka.
Featuring Tonka Garcon. It's a dope song. It's a new song.
All right.
Let's check it out.
Oh my God. One foot in front of the other. It should make sense. It's not rocket science. You're just going
Yeah, Takanisha on the beat. Y'all ready for war on the floor? I'm TA Rose. Bitch, they got me on this motherfucker. You ready? Let's go. Vroom, vroom, give me some room. Let a big bitch come through. Straight out the door, give me my score. Hands up out the door. It's run away, not run away. It's run away, not run away. It's run away, not run away. Now lace up their boots and slay. Rule number 1, strike the pose and let these bitches know. Rule number 2, lace up your shoes and give them a nasty Rule number 3, cross over, please don't get me. I am the mother of the runway, bitch. Now watch me, move my hips. I am the mother of the runway, bitch. Now watch me, move my hips. I am the mother of the runway, bitch. I'm the big boy that runs this shit. I am the legend that runs this bitch.
Walk, step, feeling next. Runway, these girls get back. She feeling like nah, I'm feeling like yes. Talk too much, I got these girls first. Feeling myself. Post it up, polish, you girls look good. Came through the clear shit, give me my check. Fat 1, step 2, sit them on that.
I heard that you. Girl, you can't walk runway like I do. No way. It's true. Be told, bitch, I'm in my bag all the way. New York, LA, France, hold on. Carried on, bitches, and bring carried on. You came through this slave, bitch, I came through the storm. I am the pressure, I am the norm. Walk, pump, carry, destroy. I am that girl, I am that boy. Walk, pump, carry, destroy. I am that girl, I am that boy. New York, LA, France, hold on. I carried on, bitches, and bring carried on. You came through the slave, bitch, I came through the storm. I am the pressure, I am at the door. Walk, pump, carry, destroy. I am that girl, I am that boy. Walk, pump, carry, destroy. I am that girl, I am that boy.
Yeah, I'm Extra, here with the Extra Report, where you're going to get the latest tea and other interesting news. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love when people say that. It tickles me. Because you said it like twice over there earlier. I love it. You know, you like little celebrities now, like, yeah, that's mine. Okay, like Chris said, y'all gonna run me my tea.
Okay. We're gonna have to get that trademark.
We keep talking about that. We need to be about it. Period.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do want to talk about, like, you know, in the midst of like getting and dealing with like people. Okay, 2 people trying to stay. One for 2 weeks, one for a month.
Okay.
Need that money before the insurance check.
Okay.
Back in the car.
Okay.
Period. I'm ready to work. But yeah, I know we're gonna talk about like we're gonna get to like relationship things and like you can't change people, you need to accept them for who they are and you need to be who you are, people need to accept you and all that. We're gonna get into that. We were talking about that earlier today. But when it comes to like my little life and little personal life or whatever like that, yeah, you know, me and Jersey, I guess, are cool for the most part. He on probation, get on my nerves. I didn't talk to him like that this weekend. He called today though. And then Aquarius or whatever. I don't know. We're not really talking at all right now. I want to, but I feel like I need him present. But you know, he upset with me still or whatever. I'm upset with him too, but that's fine. We get through it.
You need to just. Honestly, as a friend, I wouldn't be a friend if I don't. I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear or what you need to hear.
Yeah.
You really, even with ethnic.
Mm-hmm. That was totally different.
No, totally different experience. But my principle is the same. Toxic behavior is toxic behavior. And what you like to keep yourself around is stuff that you don't need to keep yourself around in. And when people show you their colors, you try to repaint them to match what you want them to be. I understand you want him to be blue and purple, but maybe he's red and green. It's what it is. And no matter how much you paint blue and purple over it, the contrast between the red and the blue is still not going to make it blue. It's still going to turn it a different color. You understand what I'm trying to say? Meaning, no matter how you try to change him to fit what you want him to be.
I don't want to change him.
You do though. You know why? Because he's not who you want him to be. And that's what's upsetting you.
Because he's all over the place.
No, he's not all over the place. He's Aquarius. He's who he is. He's all over the place for you. And your standards of what you want in a man, and what you want in a friend, and what you want in someone that you're dealing with. But he's just being him. And you can't fault somebody for being them. Just like with ethnic, you can't fault him for being him. So we got to stop changing and accepting people for who they are, and then deciding from there if that's what you want in your life or not. Not saying, okay, well, I feel like he could be this, so now that's what I'm going after. Versus, this is who he is, and that's who I still want.
And that's where a lot of people fuck up.
And that's where a lot of people fuck up.
I agree with you, bro.
You cannot change that man.
I want to change that man. I want him to just be appreciative.
He is set in his ways.
Period.
But wanting him to be appreciative is changing him. If he's not appreciative already, wanting him to be appreciative is changing him.
You're right, because I feel like he try to change me all the time.
It's not about what he wants. That's what we see. We compare and contrast, right? When we feel uncomfortable, we blame the next person.
I tell you,
keep accountability within ourselves. We're talking about you.
I'm wrong.
No. I
am. Only thing I'm wrong. One moment. I'm only wrong for one thing. I'm apologizing.
No, you're not wrong.
I said what I said.
That's it. You're not wrong for wanting what you want.
Yeah.
But he's also not wrong for being who he is.
Come on, Pastor King.
Come on, okay. I got the word real quick today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you have to understand, relationship fails, right? And the only reason why I'm saying this because I was told this weekend, right? And I had a deep conversation with someone and find out that they do life coaching, right? And they said to me, relationships fail because we get into things expecting people to cooperate with the biasness of what we want them to do, right? But we don't do the same in return.
I agree with you.
Right? So we always say, oh, he don't love me the way I want to be loved. He don't make me happy the way I want to be happy. He don't do this the way I want to do whatever I want to. But what we're not keeping in mind is that's I. That's you. That's how you want to be loved.
You're right.
Right?
It's not how they are capable of.
It's not what they're capable of. Right? So what it is the way a relationship, this is how a relationship works. I am who I am. You are who I am. I accept you for who you are and all that you come with. You accept me for all who I am and who I come with.
I accept people. That's a thing.
Without change, without me telling you, hey, you need to love me this way, because that's never gonna work. If you have to tell someone how to love you, it's never gonna work because it's not who they are.
Okay,
you hear me? What I'm saying?
They're not telling you how to love you.
If you have to explain to someone how to love you, it's never going to work because it's not who they are.
They should just love you. I hear you today.
Praise Pastor.
It's accepting them for who they are and saying, you know what? I love you for you. Not I love you for what you do for me.
And that is. Because
I love you for you. Because I love me enough for the both of us.
I do love me. But I get.
You feel me? I love me. I satisfy me enough that all I need from you is for you to be you. Does that make sense?
I love to see y'all.
Does that make sense?
No, that's what I'm saying. I can love you for you, but that's the thing. It's like it's when you loving somebody for them and accepting everything that they come with. Because I can do that, but it's like when people, are like just doing it back, like they're not giving you that, but you're accepting everything about them. It gets a toll. Like I don't take shit about nothing.
For them. That's for you to make the decision.
Yeah,
so am I gonna go down? I live on a street that has a pothole. Every time I ride over this pothole, I get a flat tire. No matter what time, every time I ride over. Am I gonna every time I go down the street, am I gonna go swerve the pothole or am I gonna keep riding over it? So that's you. He's showing you who he is. Are you going to continue to ride over that pothole?
I'm not riding over pothole.
You are because you're mad that you keep having to pay for a new tire. Bitch, I keep having to pay for this new tire.
And I keep going down
over that pothole. Bitch, swerve around it.
I can't swerve right now.
No, you can. You decide not to.
I do decide.
You decide not to. So you can't be mad at him. You have to look at yourself and ask yourself why and what insecurity I have within myself that I keep going through this.
I just
because
like
it's an insecurity, friend. And I love you enough to say this. It's an insecurity within yourself that you keep accumulating damage.
See, like Black says, hard. Love is a powerful thing.
Love is not powerful.
No, that's an excuse.
You gotta love yourself enough to say, it's time for me to move on. And
we have to start making the decisions and taking accountability within ourselves to say, hey, this is the decision I'm going to make.
Period. I'm making a decision. I'm just saying.
Stay in it.
I'm not going to be right on the radio.
He's making the decision to go over that pothole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and go over that pothole.
Right now.
We're going to take you to the tire shop.
I think, because that, like, Jersey, I'm
It's
thinking about Jersey mom.
So Shay unspoken stated, and I'm going to put this on the screen. It's a form of insanity.
To keep doing the same thing,
the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. Opening my refrigerator, expecting there to be the Coca-Cola that I love so much when I know I didn't buy it. Open it again. Damn, I hope it's going to be there. Open it again. I'm insane. Until I go to that fucking store and buy it, until I change my position, until I change my mind frame, until I change my do, nothing's going to change in that refrigerator. It's not going to be a Coca-Cola that I imagine just appears. I have to go buy it.
JJ go buy it for you. No shame.
What I mean by that is Aquarius is not going to change, right? You have to change.
Yeah, I do. I need to change my decision.
I posted something the other day. It said, I forgot.
Yeah, you always be forgetting. You be just posting shit. I see you.
Be real though.
I didn't say it wasn't real. I said you be posting stuff.
I want you, friend, to start taking accountability.
Or what I be doing.
And for what you do and your decisions.
I see.
Not based off of what he's doing, not based off of how he feels, not based off of what he wants, but based off of what you feel.
It's like you addicted to the toxic.
He is
toxic shit.
Now I like a little toxicity. No, it's not. We were good. We were really good at one more time until
not just him.
Other people.
Most people. We get into abusive relationships, we stay. We get into cheating relationships, we stay. We get into verbal abusive relationships, we stay.
Baby, I pray the nigga away.
We're comfortable. We're comfortable in drama. We're comfortable in dysfunction. You know why? Because media, because the world, social media, everything says that that's the way of the world. Everyone's getting cheated with.
I'm not even this person.
All these sayings are niggas ain't shit.
Niggas ain't shit.
Girls are city girls. All these negative are coming and it's putting an impression on us.
I am having
a fuck. And so now we act.
I heard.
As the stereotypes put us. Us as niggas ain't shit.
I ain't shit. This
girls now want to be that city girl mentality because they feel like it's empowering.
Period.
What Amber Rose got the slut walk.
Yeah.
Since when sluts is a good thing?
I don't know. When their birthday is
but they
February
made it
3rd.
a good thing. What do we call a good-looking girl? A bad bitch. When was bad good? We put this on ourselves because bad. No matter what we want, no matter what we want to redefine a word to be, the still definition of bad is still bad.
No, they just take an ownership of the bullshit.
You feel me?
You can't make me feel no type of way. I'm taking ownership of what y'all
baby.
You are,
I swear.
Come on, Pastor.
But we got some interviews, baby. We got some interviews.
Pastor Keith,
we got some interviews.
I gotta go. What are for play that?
I'm not playing with y'all today. I didn't apologize, though. That's all I want to apologize.
Oh, go ahead.
I do want to publicly apologize because I did wish him to drop dead, and I didn't mean that. I was in my little feelings Sunday and then Monday when I said it again, even though he said it back. I'm taking accountability because I genuinely do care about that sissy. So I shouldn't have said that because, yeah, that was wrong of me because I don't want him dead. And then all that happened at my house and everything. You know, life is short, clearly, and it's just like you never know what's going to happen. And I just.
Did he publicly apologize for the bullshit that he called in and said?
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying he said take care of what I take care of what I have done. So I'm just saying what I'm doing.
Yes, he's listening.
I'm just saying that I'm wrong for saying I wish him dead because I don't wish him dead. I have mad love for that hoe clearly, but yeah, I don't wish him dead. I was wrong for doing that because I was in my feelings.
Rose said,
I got a comment that says your new name, Pastor King.
I see that for you.
You know, Rolls Royce said back in 1978, I don't live anymore. Baby, you need to listen to that.
So, we apologize, Aquarius.
I didn't say that. Oh, yeah, we. Okay.
Who is we?
He said
me because, you know.
I said what I said. And I stand on what I said.
He said battery pack.
We had
battery pack, baby. I said what I said.
We had a good extra talk. We got Mark Angel next up, right? And then shortly after, we got Destiny Payton coming through. She's going to be calling in very soon. But next up, we got Mark Anthony coming up. What I'm going to do is, because, you know, I was on my pastor mode, so I was talking a little bit longer than I should have. So we're going to go into his first single first, Mark Anthony up. And then when we come from up, we will be bringing up Mark Angel, who is an artist, a dope artist. So this is up with Mark Anthony.
1, 2, 3.
Wanna get up and dance, don't be acting shy. And you know it's true, so you need to get rid of butterflies. Why don't you be your mind? Don't you be wasting shine? Why do you keep holding back?
We gotta wake you up. We gotta get you up. What's up?
Oh, Mark Angel in the building. What's going on?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Oh, you got a high pitched voice. I like it.
Good morning.
Good morning. Get up. Let me tell you something. I didn't realize when I heard the music before that it was gonna be giving some Michael Janet vibes. Like when I tell you that's a good, like you had a good ass project.
Get up.
Like you got a good ass. There's a lot of upcoming artists that out here that say that they're artists, right? But I really don't believe them because social media thing and everyone does it. You know what I'm saying? But I believe you when you say you're an artist, man. Like Angel, you do that. Okay, get it. I really fuck with it. It gives me what music used to give me.
Yeah.
Right? Music today don't give me feel. No. It don't give me journey. What it gives me is It gives me now and you know, hit and quit. You know what I mean? It gives me one night stand. You know what I mean?
He didn't know what that was when he was 5. Stop playing. Calm down.
That's why I want to embrace my up and coming artists, because you guys are really the guys out here really giving us real music.
Real.
Salute to you, Mark Angel. Now let everyone know. I know I'm giving you all the praise, but let everyone know where they can find you, where they can find your music, all that good stuff.
Okay, well, you can just go to www.markangel.com, and it's Mark with a C and a K, so it's MARCKANGEL.com, and it's Mark Angel across all social medias, from Instagram to YouTube to Facebook. There's two Facebook pages, but you know, across all social media, and you can also find me on tour and in film festivals. We have the short film that's trying to run the gamut of some of the film festivals right now. So we're all over the place. So,
yeah. As you should be. As you fucking should be. Mark Anthony, talk to me a little bit. How did you get into artistry? Like, has this been something that you always been involved in? Because I have to ask that question, especially nowadays after COVID, right? Because after COVID, I feel like we have overnight artists. I mean, so when did you realize that you were an artist, and when did you start taking this seriously?
So from my mother and father, they tell me stories. I barely remember it, but starting at like 2 years old, I used to get up on the coffee table in the living room and dance on beat. Mama told me I started dancing on beat at like 2. Then around 4, I started singing in grade school. And then she took me to my first Janet Jackson concert, and that was it for me. Like my parents, I grew up with, you know, the whole Motown thing inside the house all the time. My father played music all the time. He had a wonderful falsetto voice. But like I said, once they took me to that Janet concert, I came out there moving and dancing. And I was like, and I knew at that age, I was like maybe like 10 years old. I was like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, I hear the influence. It's funny you say Janet, because I definitely hear the influence. I hear the influence.
And New Edition and Tevin Campbell and the high tenors.
Motown feel like I got that track took me back to that era. It definitely did. That intent in your music, in your artistry, to kind of take us on kind of take us back in time, versus, because it's a classic, right? Which means that it, you know, time is timeless.
Thank you. Hello? Oh, you guys froze. Shit. You guys there?
I can't hear it. There you go. I done messed up my stuff.
Are you there?
Get out.
You there?
Yeah.
I'm there. We're here.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, so sorry. Go ahead, repeat. So sorry. Technical difficulties. It's the internet.
Did you hear the question?
You said to walk you through, and that's all I got.
Okay.
Oh, you're freezing again. What is going on? I'm on good Wi-Fi.
There you go.
You there?
Yeah, you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So your experience as an artist, when did you take that seriously? And when did you realize, okay, I do this? Like, you know, I'm an artist. This is what I want to do, and all of that.
So around the 2010 era, it was like the end of MySpace, beginning of YouTube type stuff. And I had done this video, this little amateur video in like a parking lot at the mall with one of my friends who had a camera. And it actually got the eyes of Atlantic Records. And some of the VPs over there were looking at, you know, me saying, oh, who is this little black boy coming up? And we were talking about it, but the queer component at the time wasn't as hot as it is today. You know, you can't be. Well, it's hard enough to be black, but then it's hard enough to be queer. But then when you combine the two, it becomes the glass ceiling thickens just that much thicker. But I knew then because it went viral for that time. It was 20,000 views back then. Was viral. Yeah, and especially on YouTube. YouTube and stuff is hard, and so and it blew up, and I was like, oh. Okay, maybe I can do this. And so from then I just started recording. I write and produce like 99% of my own music anyway. So I was like, let me just write this stuff. Let me just play this stuff, choreograph this stuff and put it out there. And I dropped this single in 2013 called Go Baby Go with this artist called Bryant. And that went viral and that was it. And so I've been at this for about professionally 10 years. Yeah.
I know that's right. I can hear the professionalism. I can hear the artistry. And let me tell you something, just because people hit me up, right? Or, you know, when I have interviews, people think that I'm biased to the interviews that I have, right? People think that I don't say no. I say no a lot. I get hit up a lot, right? Or when I reach out to people, you know what I mean? It's not everyone that I'm reaching out to. I'm not hitting you up because you have 1 million followers or because you have whatever the case may be. I'm hitting you up, or when people reach out and I listen to your music, it's because I authentically love it, right? Because this is the Roller Unplugged, and I like to be real, right? And my face, although I can lie with my voice, my face don't lie. You know? My face don't lie. And so when your music is trash, I'd be like, okay, that was multiplied. So people know it. So I realized, you know what? Let me just be real. You know what I mean? So just because people come on the show, don't mean I gotta accept it.
Right.
So with you, when I listen to your project, I was like, okay, this guy is music. And when I say that is, there's people that do things and there's people that are things. And let me explain. It's no wrong in either, right? But people that do things can be taught.
Oh shoot! What is going on with this internet?
When you're just that star, when you just got it, you just got it.
Yeah.
When you're supposed to do something, I can learn how to play piano today at 35. Someone could teach me how to play piano.
Everything.
I could be taught a lot of things, but I can't be Mozart.
No.
That's a gift.
That was a gift.
Thank you.
That's a gift.
Thank you guys.
And people
the
like
chocolate one, Chevrolet, the new one, the little CHEV, the chocolate one. He outdid Mozart, but we didn't know about him because that Napoleon deleted him.
Those are gifts that can't be taught. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, Mark, honestly, with your music, that's what I felt. I was like, oh, this guy has a gift.
He do. Get up.
This guy has a gift because you're talented, but you're not only talented. You give me what I need to be, what I need to have as far as when I listen to music. You transport me on a journey.
Yes.
And I feel, like I said earlier, I don't get that much in music today.
Thank you.
So why music and not any other artistry?
Say that again.
Why music and not any other artistry?
Oh wow. Music speaks to me. Like my dad used to play music in the house so much that my mother had to cut the cord on the tape player one time because he was playing. So I think even before I was born, it was just like, I call it this musical radiation. It's like it just permeated through my mom's stomach and I just came out with it. It speaks to me. It makes me feel good. I enjoy the way it makes other people feel. Like when I'm performing, it's like every time I go out there, it's like, make sure that the audience has a good time. Even if you're feeling sick or even if you're feeling tired. Like I just got off the road just an hour ago from New York. So doing music stuff and just going up and down the road, like, no matter how tired you are, go for it. I believe it. I'm accepting of the God's grace in it. And I don't want to not use it. You know what I mean? I think that there's certain things, and there are certain people in your life that point out, oh no, you're kind of good at that, or you kind of do that okay. You might want to look into that. I was thankful to have parents to push me too. So yeah, it's just in me, and I believe it, and the drive is there, and I just want to put in the work. You know what I mean? That's the main thing. So here I am. Oh, you guys froze. Hello? I think I got good internet. Hello? You back? I'm clear on this side of things are moving. Is it me?
I'm sorry.
I turned off all my Wi-Fi stuff too, so I was like, I want to make sure.
yeah, it was going a little crazy.
I was going to my little spiel. What I was saying was I just believe in it, and putting in the hard work, and just want, like I said, every time I perform, just to make sure that I make the audience have a good time, and I connect with them, and just get a moment to feel free, and connect.
Yeah. I see it. So the next track we got here is Justice. Explain a little bit about Justice and what we're about to hear.
Oh gosh, Justice is a track I wrote for my new album Seraphim. It deals with basically the misogyny, xenophobia, racism, bigotry, all in one song. It features an amazing trans rapper, Splash T, who ripped it in the first verse, and another, actually a straight ally, who was my cousin, Los Lauren 718, and we just came together and put together this incredible track that's kind of house, kind of funk, kind of hip hop, kind of pop. The whole album is just sort of this gumbo. I wanted to kind of just infuse different ideas, different music genres, and it's a danceable album. This is a danceable track, and it just makes you dance, but also makes you think about what's going on in the world around you.
I love that. So look, I know we had a couple of technical difficulties and stuff. Okay. But what I'm going to do is I'll inbox you, and we will reschedule so we can have another interview.
Yeah. I'll actually be in Atlanta next month for.
So let me know when you're going to be next month so we can do in studio.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll do it again, and don't worry about any other thing. Like, it's just on me, okay? So I'll make do it again and stuff like that. But this is Mark Anthony. Before we let you go, let everyone know where they can find you and your social media, your music, and all of that.
Sure. Once again, it's markangel.com. That's www.markangel.com. That's Mark with a C and a K, MARCKANGEL. It's Mark Angel across all social media, IG, YouTube, Facebook, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And please, my new album is entitled Seraphim. Pick it up. It's on all digital platforms, and the movie comes out soon. So I'll see you there. And I'm on tour. So you might see me on tour.
This is Justice by Mark Anthony.
We protest in the streets, defund police. We see brutality, transforming our reality. Racism, bigotry, do the math solve. We won't talk, then do the talk. 2020 can't breathe, why you gotta die? Get up, we beyond the house, let the bullets fly. It's the end of the day, the burning of stage, bleeding the Mexican kids, the body in cage. And no, all lives can't have a word. If the black trans lives don't matter first. Another homicide, unsolved cases. I stand on my feet, with blood in our face. We get knocked down, but we still fighting. I want to say, woman, I'm going to die. We took the slave, we took the reparations.
What you have to look at is what is happening in this country. And what is really happening is his brother has murdered his brother, knowing it was his brother. White men have lynched Negroes, knowing them to be their sons. White women have had Negroes burned, knowing them to be their lovers. It is not a racial problem. It is about whether or not you're willing to look at your life and be responsible for it. And everything is changing.
You're the only one that can take from the top, but you stole it from me. You're the only one, just because you're black doesn't mean you want me. You said you would protect our rights instead of fighting for our lives. When I hate something, together as a flow. And you stop aside. our shoes, 'cause we're not taking it anymore. Justice, justice, justice. We just want justice, justice, oh justice, justice. We just want justice. Stop killing us. Stop killing us. Stop killing us. Stop killing us. Tell us about our hits. We're here together as one floor. Stop us out of shoes. We're not taking it anymore. Justice, justice, justice. We just want justice, justice, oh justice, justice. We just want justice, justice,
The law was written for now. The definition of living is a chore. Fighting for survival every day is a war. Life hard to win cause they get better score. Change the rules, big game. See what we fighting for is justice, equality, much more. Like dollars not gold, other minerals are all. Stop war, paper, no planes, we gotta draw. Sugar coat, could I but I give it to you all. Let me on bloody red as war. Like seeing the white meat, beating your knuckles on the wall. Yes, we need justice. Yes. We need justice.
Stop killing us. Stop killing us. Stop killing us.
And we're back here at the Royal Couch Unplugged on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio. Next up, I got on the line the one and only, the one y'all been waiting for. Let me tell you something. She is a serial entrepreneur. She does all the things, from beauty all the way to woman empowerment, all the way to the gracing the covers of magazines, all the way from putting out a single, all the way to reality TV, Miss Destiny Payton.
Hello there. I'm like, who is that? That's me? That's me?
That's you, baby. How are you, love? Thank you for coming on and calling in. I appreciate you.
Man, I'm so sorry I can't be there with you. I appreciate you. I really, really do.
Not a problem. We're gonna make it work to where you can be here, but I'm glad that you can call in anyway. Let me tell you something, Destiny. I want to tell you something. So,
okay,
I met you out and about, right? I met you out and about, at Brianna Hampton's magazine release, and I got familiar with you then, right? But I did my research, right? Because I do my research. I watched all the shows. I did everything that I needed to do. And I fell in love with you.
Oh, wow.
I fell in love with you. Let me tell you why. Successful Black woman, mother, serial entrepreneur, positivity, someone that not only is embracing in their own blessings, but is blessing others as they do it. You know what I mean? Your personality, your charisma, your talent, all of these things speak loudly. All of these things are on a microphone for the world to listen to. And I want to say, one, thank you for being who you are and inspiring and doing what you do, not only for women, but just for our community in general. And then two, for being who you are so that we can be inspired and motivated by what you do so that we can continue to do what we do. So I wanted to have you on the show, not only because of your name, but because of the person you are to create the name that you created.
Oh, thank you.
No, thank you.
It.
For real, thank you. And thank you for being so humble, because you were so humble, so gracious. Like, if you're not a star out here in these streets, and just, really humble and just really, giving yourself to us, and, coming out here, I really, 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 really appreciate it. Because, your name is hot in the streets today.
Oh, okay.
Your name is hot in the streets. You just did your interview with Carlos King, Love and Marriage Huntsville, your podcast, your single. I mean, Destiny Payton's out here.
I'm doing what I can. I'm inspired by my son-in-law, number one, and God's just amazing grace, and everybody that gives back to me. Everything that you just said fuels me to continue doing what I'm doing.
That's dope. As it should, because you when you bless others, you become blessed yourself.
That's it.
And that's a fact.
Yes.
And that's a fact. So, Destiny, tell me. So, here on the Word Couch, like I stated before, we're here to get to know the person behind the name, right? Because everyone cares about the name, but don't realize it takes the person to get to that name, right? So, I want to know about you, Destiny. I want to know about who you are and the journey it took to get to where you're at today. So, my first question to you is, when did you realize that you were Destiny Payton, the one the world should know?
Oh, I started out singing at 6. So I started in church and putting myself in talent shows. And the first time I put myself in a talent show, I was 11 years old. And I'm like, Daddy, I need the money. I got to register myself. And I did all this. I ended up being in the newspaper because I was like, where's your parents? Like, who's I'm calling in and having him sign the form and all that other stuff. So at that point in time, I would say I was very sure of who I was early on. At 11, entering my first talent show and winning first place.
Okay, period.
I would say, hey, it's been a long time coming.
Okay, I know that's right. Damn, 10 years. That's a long time.
That is a long time.
That's a long time. And I want to know, was singing your first love, or was you just knew you had to be in entertainment somehow, some way?
Singing was absolutely my first love. I actually wanted to be a teacher first, oddly enough. And then I just started singing. And the crazy thing about what I found out about my family, because, my dad got custody of me, so I was moved away from a lot of my family. But when I won my first contest, my grandmother was like, yeah, your mom sings, right? I'm like,
oh, wow.
Didn't know that. And then to find out that she had a vocal range like Whitney. You know, she has a drug addiction, but she still is, to this day. I just talked to her the other day, she was singing. And then my grandmother and her sisters are gospel singers. And their first cousin, who is my cousin, Coretta Scott King, they used to have a girls group in Marion, Alabama, a gospel group. So I'm like, I didn't even know I came from it.
Not Coretta Scott King. Okay? That just name drop like that. It's just about breeze past it like it's nothing.
Like it was nothing.
That's iconic. Okay.
Double out.
Okay, double out. You're supposed to be who you're supposed to be. So, Destiny. Tell me a little bit about who Destiny is, right? Tell me about what it is to be in a day-to-day with Destiny.
Listen, I don't know. My assistant, it's funny. My assistant and my life coach, they're like, yeah, you have like 3 or 4 different brains, because I'm having a conversation about, I need to do this, this, and this that pertains to the business, and I need to get this for law, and I gotta clean up the house, I gotta do laundry, wait, I gotta call such that. This is all in like 20 minutes period. So they're like, you operate on 3 different brains. So I don't know. It's hard to keep up sometimes, but I am like one of those people that I am completely on or I'm completely off. There's really no middle ground.
It was
kind of like my
assistant
temper.
and life coach for me.
Kind of like your temper. I know that's right. You have been experiencing a lot of things, right? You come off very positive, right? Even watching the show, even with the drama and stuff that comes around your name, I still feel like you have a positive essence about you, right? That's why I really adapted to you. What is it like to now be, well, maybe you're not there where you want to be yet, but for us looking on, what is it like to be where you're at in this state, in this point of time, and coming from where you came from? What is the feedback like? What is the endurance like? Because people don't realize that it takes a lot to not only be a celebrity or an influencer. People don't understand what comes with that, right? The feedback, the constant judging, the constant, social media, the constant people knowing who you are. What has that been like for you?
I have to equate it to, and this might sound silly, but I tell people, like, if you were a popular person in high school, it's the same world, because you got bullies, you got talked about, you got lied on, but it's just magnified. It's just a big old high school.
That really makes sense, Lord Jesus.
Huh?
It really
that makes sense.
It's a big old high school, so it just happened to be behind the computer screen, and they ain't gonna say nothing to stuff to your Facebook, whatever. You know what I'm saying? My gangster side coming out. Let me bring it back down. So, no, seriously, like it really is that. And for a while, I would be, like I say, I joke about windmilling in the comments with them, like, wait, who you think you're talking to? To the point where I realized it's people that take the time out to say anything to you negative. They absolutely are not on your wavelength. They're absolutely not doing anything in life. And this is not to talk about people in a bad way. It's just the truth. The people that are doing well are not going to take time out to attack you online. They're just not. The mindset doesn't go with it. So I just had to start looking at it like that. And another thing, too, before I used to block people all the time. And I had a conversation with God. And it was confined with another conversation with a friend. If God is preparing a table for enemies, how you gonna block them? They got to be able to see. They got to be able to see everything that's before. If the God is preparing a table before your enemies, they got to be able to see what you're doing.
Period.
Okay, you don't see me right now, but I'm church swaying. I'm church swaying right now, baby, because you say the word.
I can't.
Ain't that the truth?
I'm done.
So I'm just gonna let them see. Hey, y'all get this content, get these blessings that God has already promised to me, no matter what. So I'm just walking in my purpose and learning more and more of that. And don't get it twisted. I still have my moments. Like sometimes I might tap out of a response, but I don't send it. Okay. But I don't see it as much because I focus on what I've learned to focus on the people that want to support me and that want to be a part of my tribe. And people that don't, they will always either find a way to not be, find something wrong, or focus on. The focus will always be that. So there's nothing I can do to change that, but just continue to walk in who I really am in my life and in my purpose, and that's just it.
Oh, you're a strong, confident woman. I'm all about zodiac signs and stuff like that. So, may I ask you what your zodiac sign is?
I am a Taurus.
Oh, a Taurus.
I am a bull.
You're very defiant.
Really, much so.
In your decisions that you make. So, like, once I do know that once you make your decision, that's the decision, and that's it. That is fine.
She's on it.
I don't try to be. I really don't. But I just, I'm big on what feels right, and principles and morals. And sometimes people say things and they're like, "What? That ain't me." But I'm no longer trying to prove that. I'm just gonna be who I am.
Exactly as you should be.
So what made you do reality TV? Because I'm going to say this, right? Because this is the Roadcast Unplugged, and I like to be real. You don't come off as the reality type. You really don't. What made you to say, okay, I'm gonna do this? Because I know how you got started, right? I know you was just in the room and it was like, hey, where have you been? And you know what I mean, you just got it started. Like I said, I do my research. So I know how you got started. But what made you say yes to reality TV?
That's so funny. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to when I met you in person, and you were like, "I really want you to come on the show because I want people to see who you really are." But then you say, "I'm not really reality." What does that mean?
What it means is when I get off of you is when I think of reality, I think of mess, right? I think of just being shady and just drama, toxic. I don't get that energy from you. I really get a strong black, successful woman that is out here branding, doing what she needs to do to make her family good, to make herself good. You know what I mean? So I asked, why did you get in reality? Because I feel like in today's climate, there's many different reasons to get in reality. A lot of people like the clout, a lot of people like the camera time, a lot of people like whatever the reason is. I just want to know, what was your mindset and when you was like, you know what? Yes, I'm going to do this.
Well, initially it was a different, I guess you would say, sell to the show. It was a, couple show about business, black-owned business. So that's what drew me in. The other part of it is I am naturally a girl's girl. Like, I'm a tomboy all day long. You catch me in Jordans and sweats. But I love, for real, supporting women and showing that it can be done. We don't have to be catty. We don't have to be jealous or whatever the case may be. We're stronger together. I've always felt that way. So that was another thing that brought me in. Now, I could be shady. Now, and you throw me something, I'm going to throw it back at you.
Well, as we saw.
And quickly.
As we saw.
I don't start mess, but I'm going to finish it.
Okay,
And that's really just it. Like, it was the draw with the business. I was newly married, and I had a new business, black-owned business, and then really showing relationship sisterhood. That was what my thought process was at the time.
I love that. I love that for you. I love your journey. I really do. I like I said, I fell in love with you and the person you are. Not only in our meeting, but just doing my research and like really seeing who you were, or at least trying to anyway. Can you tell me?
I appreciate you seeing me.
No problem. No problem. Look, it feels good to be seen. It really does. It feels good to be seen. So you just recently did an interview with Carlos King that went like tremendously viral. It's all over the blogs. It's all over everything. Destiny Payton this, Destiny Payton. People are doing reviews of the interview. I mean, that interview has been big. People have been missing you in this last season, Love and Marriage Huntsville, and different things, which you explained a lot of the things. I want to get your take on the airing of that interview, and did you expect it to be as big as it got today?
One, I didn't know it was going to air so soon because I did it Saturday. It was out Monday, so I wasn't even expecting it at all. I thought, it'd take a little bit of time. And I really didn't even know the numbers until some of my castmates were calling me, texting me and saying these numbers, it interviews doing crazy numbers. I'm like, really? Oh, okay, let me go check out. I am one of those people. I'm in a bubble, so a lot of times things have to be brought to me. So I didn't even know what you just said, the reviews and all that other stuff. I just know that it had the numbers were up there as far as views. So I'm grateful that people are missing me and wanting to see what I have to say, and I'm grateful for the haters that came too because they want to see too. So I'm grateful for all of it.
Let me tell you, our haters are our biggest fans. They watch each and every time,
on my
listen to each and every word that we say. They surely do.
I had somebody come on my page and say, like, I guess, please stop posting. Go, like, but you're here.
But you're here watching me post. What?
I was like, oh my God, these people are crazy. I enjoy it, though. I laugh at it now.
So what's next for you, right? 2023 has been monumental for a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of, us out here. Where has it been for you, and what can we expect from Destiny Payton?
You can expect to see me speaking more. You can expect me to share more of my life now that I'm in my healing space. And the podcast is showing that. Be Unbreakable with Destiny Payton is my podcast on YouTube and all streaming platforms. You'll see me rebranding, not even really rebranding, but taking Madani to the next level as far as products, candles, brow growth serum, hair growth serum, Skin Glow. Those are products that I've been working on for the last 3 years since the birth of my son. You'll see me working on his business, Law, my son's business. You'll see me doing a lot, and that's really just all that I know. You'll see me back in my acting bag. You probably see me out auditioning, doing that. And once I get back into a flow, I can get in the studio too and get some more music out. You'll actually see me. I'm working on something right now. I probably shouldn't talk about just yet, but it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. It's a TV show, but me and a good friend of mine are doing a road trip. I'll just say that, and it's gonna be dope. I can't wait to talk about it.
Okay, was that the first time you made mention of anything there?
This is.
We love exclusives.
I'm gonna get in trouble. We just had a call yesterday.
Look.
We just had a call yesterday.
Now I'm happy that you're not in studio. Now I forgive. So now we good. Okay, that very good. But I do. Speaking of singles, I do have on 10 here that I'm gonna play soon. Before we let you go, and I would love to have you back. I know your sister said you'll be back in next month, so we'll definitely schedule something for you to be in studio then. But on 10, before we let you go, what was your mindset on 10, and why did you feel like that should be your first single out?
On 10 was like, really me getting back into feeling like a 10 again in all aspects of life, not just, physically, mentally, emotionally, like turning it up a notch, because I felt like I was in such a rut for a while. Even though people see me moving and shaking, I mentally didn't feel like I was there. So when I was talking about, being on 10 and letting things go and just kind of popping my ish and just, feeling good. And I actually had COVID when I recorded that song. Crazy enough. I didn't know I was recording, but crazy enough, I was pushing through. Like I'm gonna still do it because I gotta make sure that I know that I can do this again. I have been in the studio 7 years when I recorded that song. And I was like, you know what? I'm on 10. I'm on 10 and I'm feeling good. I wasn't really feeling good that day, but I'm feeling good overall as a woman. I'm finding myself again, finding my swag again as a mom. I'm no longer looking for the old hot girl I used to be, but the new woman that I've evolved to be, and she's on 10.
Okay, period. On 10. Well, thank you, Destiny, for calling in.
Yes, thank you so much.
We're going to definitely reschedule another in-person interview because we got some more to talk about and have you on for a little bit longer. Again, Destiny, thank you so much. I applaud you in all that you do. Number one, your motherhood. Number two, your entrepreneurship. And number three, your artistry. I think you are a talented individual, and I cannot wait to see what more comes from you and what you decide to give us. Guys, well, before we play the song, let everyone know where they can find you on your social media and all that good stuff.
You can find me at Destiny Payton on all IG, TikTok, Twitter, every social media platform is The Destiny Payton. You can find me on YouTube at The Destiny Payton. The podcast is Unbreakable with Destiny Payton. Yeah, all of that.
Okay, period. Destiny Payton. Y'all love her. I love her. We have Destiny Payton in the building. Thank you so much for calling.
Yes, I appreciate that.
No problem, love. This is On 10 by Destiny Payton, and this is going to be the last song before we are out. Thank you for listening to myself and my good Judy extra.
Yeah.
The Royal Couch Unplugged on Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio.
Turn the lights on, turn the cameras on. Almost up, Louis Chanel on. Turn me up, boy, I'm on another level. Give it up, then it's up, boy, you're dancing with the devil. Come again, I'm a 10, all 10, bitch, I'm on 10. Almost costing me my life. Said you was gonna love me unconditionally. Every time I close my eyes, I think of all the shit that you did to me. On 10, pulling up with the back end. Dope-ish on me, like I got the pedal. I'm now move on, no time for niggas lacking. I'm tripping on all of the people that counted me out. Turn the lights on, turn the cameras on. Almost up, Louis Chanel. Turn me up, boy, I'm on another level. Give it up, then it's up, boy, you're dancing with the devil. Come again, I'm a 10, all 10, bitch, I'm on 10. 50 pointers on my neck, dripping in a bag. Bottegas on my feet, classy chick, got my bad one. 313 HSV ATL, yeah, that me. BDE, ain't no L's, up my shit, get money. I got the soul, Chef Curry going on. You broke the law, take a seat, now I'm outside. And turn the lights on, turn the cameras on. Almost up, Louis Chanel. Turn me up, boy, I'm on another level. Even though it is all boy, that's all the devil. Come again, I'm a 10, all 10, bitch, I'm on 10. Bitch, I'm on 10. I'm a 10, 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 I'm a 10.